I'm one of Herod's henchmen. We don't have much to say. We just charge through the audience in a henchman sort of way. We all wear woolly helmets to hide our hair and ears, and Wellington sprayed silver to match our tinfoil spears. Our swords are made of cardboard, so blood will not be spilled if we trip and stab a parent when the hall's completely filled. We don't look very scary. We're mostly small and shy, and some of us wear glasses, but we give the thing a try. We whisper henchman noises, while Herod hunts for strangers, and then we all charge out again like nervous Power Rangers. Yet when the play is over, and Miss is out of breath, we'll charge like henchmen through the hall, and scare our mums to death. That poem is Just Doing My Job by Claire Bevan. King John was not a good man. He had his little ways, and sometimes no one spoke to him for days and days and days. And men who came across him when walking in the town gave him a supercilious stare, or passed with noses in the air, and bad King John stood dumbly there, blushing beneath his crown. King John was not a good man, and no good friends had he. He stayed in every afternoon, but no one came to tea. And round about December, the cards upon his shelf, which wished him lots of Christmas cheer and fortune in the coming year, were never from his near and dear, but only from himself. King John was not a good man, yet had his hopes and fears. They'd given him no present now for years and years and years, but every year at Christmas, while minstrels stood about, collecting tribute from the young for all the songs they might have sung, he stole away upstairs and hung a hopeful stocking out. King John was not a good man. He lived his life aloof. Alone he thought a message out while climbing up the roof. He wrote it down and propped it against the chimney stack. To all and sundry near and far, Father Christmas in particular, and signed it not Johannes R., but very humbly Jack. I want some crackers and I want some candy. I think a box of chocolates would come in handy. I don't mind oranges, I do like nuts, and I should like a pocket knife that really cuts. And oh, Father Christmas, if you love me at all, bring me a big red India rubber ball. King John was not a good man. He wrote this message out, and gat him to his room again, descending by the spout. And all that night he lay there, a prey to hopes and fears. I think that's him a-coming now. Anxiety bedewed his brow. He'll bring one present anyhow, the first I had for years. Forget about the crackers and forget about the candy. I'm sure a box of chocolates would never come in handy. I don't like oranges and I don't want nuts, and I have got a pocket knife that almost cuts. But oh, Father Christmas, if you love me at all, bring me a big red India rubber ball. King John was not a good man. Next morning, when the sun rose up to tell a waiting world that Christmas had begun, and people seized their stockings and opened them with glee, and crackers, toys, and games appeared, and lips with sticky sweets were smeared, King John said grimly, as I feared, nothing again for me. I did want crackers and I did want candy. I know a box of chocolates would come in handy. I do love oranges. I did want nuts. I haven't got a pocket knife, not one that cuts. And oh, if Father Christmas had loved me at all, he would have brought a big red India rubber ball. King John stood by the window and frowned to see below. The happy bands of boys and girls were playing in the snow. While he stood there watching and envying them all, went through the window big and red, there hurtled by his royal head, and bounced and fell upon the bed, an India rubber ball. And oh, Father Christmas, my blessings on you fall, for bringing him a big red India rubber ball. That poem is King John's Christmas by A. Milne. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Christmas is here, whether you celebrated it yesterday in certain parts of the world, particularly the Nordics, Whether you are in the midst of your celebrations, whether you are cutting the carrots and peeling the potatoes as you listen to your chocolatey, velvety-voiced, glorious narrator, whether you're gauging the turkey in the oven, or perhaps you're having a nut roast, or beef, or fish, all various alternatives upon the traditional turkey, whether you've already eaten and you're sat there stuffed, patting your belly, say, "Stick a fork in me, I'm done," whether that Christmas meal is way behind you and you are actually now into Boxing Day, wherever you are in the world, it's my pleasure to wish you a holly jolly, a very merry Christmas. No matter where you are with your celebrations, whether they've passed, they're still continuing, or have yet to come, I trust that you will enjoy yourself. And thank you from me for joining me on this fledgling channel, which is steadily growing. There is a long way to go yet, but each day that comes, new people arrive. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed. If you have not done so, I urge you to gift your glorious narrator the present of subscription. There is plenty more to come in the forthcoming year, but for now, wherever you might be in the world, in the northern hemisphere, in the southern hemisphere, in the west, in the east, whether you are up amongst the mountains, down in the valley, across the plains, in a metropolis, in the gentle, undulating countryside, wherever you might be, perhaps out on a boat at sea, stuck in traffic perhaps somewhere, surrounded by people that you'd rather not be with, or surrounded by people that you're delighted to be with, whatever occasion you are celebrating. Thank you for joining me in the course of the last couple of months as this channel has become a start on its journey towards spreading news, and I'd urge you to continue to encourage people to come to this channel, to share it all, and my thanks to you for doing so, for those that have already taken such steps, and my thanks in advance for those of you that are going to take such steps. There'll be the final discount of the year available to you as my gift to you. All you need to do at the checkout in the Knowledge Vault is enter Santa Tudor 50 and you'll get 50% off absolutely everything in the Knowledge Vault except for audio consultations and additional word packages. So yes, this very generous discount applies to your narc detectors and empath detectors and trait detectors and weaponized empath detectors and all of the assistance packages and logic bulletins. All of the entertaining, educating information that is contained within the many scores of items in the Knowledge Vault. You've probably, empathic individual that you are, have gifted much to people already this Christmas, and therefore consider gifting something to you by way of the Knowledge Vault. Or, if you wish, make a donation to the Angel Assistance Fund to ensure that there is money available to those who are perhaps finding that now, more than any other occasion, the realization that they're dealing with the narcissist comes to the fore, highlighted by the expectation and machinations associated with the narcissist at Christmas. Wherever you may be in the world, I, H.G. Tudor, wish you a very Merry Christmas and a peaceful New Year.